it's a kick like any other kick. Some people will say, "Oh, it's game winner." But I mean, bottom line is it's the same kick that you line up and hit every day in practice or game or whatever it is. For me, it's going out there. First and only play of the game. Might have been a little daunting, but you take the same approach. It's the same kick as a kick you had in practice, or the same kick that you just kicked in the net on the sideline. And just I went out there and lined it up and just let my leg go, because we had nothing to lose. It was tied up. It's not like the game was extremely on the line. And it's a lot like how the team our team mindset going into the game. We play with nothing to lose and everything to gain. So I just swung away and got the 3 points.
Going into that side of the end zone, how comfortably, from a distance standpoint, how comfortable were you? 46 was the distance, but do you feel like you could have gone farther with the wind the way it was today?
Yeah. I didn't really notice a whole lot of difference going one or the other way in warm-ups. Going into that end zone, I thought some of my better hits might have carried a little bit farther, but I think that kick, again, I don't remember a whole lot about it. We'll look at the film on Sunday and get a better idea of what it was actually like from a technical standpoint. But I think I definitely could have carried a little bit farther. Yeah.
Just coming away from the Ohio State game where you had the struggles, just to go from then to now, has it been a difficult 2 or 3 weeks since then?
The whole season has been a difficult struggle, it seems like. It was certainly the Ohio State game really kind of gave me it checked me. It really did. And, I thought I'd started to pick it up and get better and I thought I started striking the ball better, and that game really showed me that there was still stuff that I had to work on. And I'm glad that happened. I think I'm fortunate that happened, because again, you can't get better until you really acknowledge the things that you have to grow on. And so I've been working hard, and it paid off.
The problem that day was the low kicks of that, just especially lining up for a 46-yarder. You have to, kicking it high is probably not the best option, but just being able to come from the Ohio State game where the low kicks are to today, you feel like you're back on target with the height of your kicks now?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought by the end of the week after the Ohio State game that I was striking the ball 10 times better than I was in that game. There wasn't any question on mine. I had a kick. I guess it was last week against Penn State. It was hit off the right pole, but I thought I struck that one all right. And, I've still got things to work on, obviously, but the height is not really an issue.
Just emotionally, you're saying, it's like every other kick, but after you see it go through.
Well, that's when it changes. You do as a kicker, and especially for me, I try to do my best to do everything I can preparation-wise, mentally, physically, so that every kick is the same kick. Now obviously, when after the kick goes through, that's when it's either a shaking your head and saying yes and kind of thinking about the things that you did right if it was a kick in practice, or you win a football game. It's and that's when it's really exciting and everything's worth it. But so that aspect is different. But everything leading up to that is the same.
You got mobbed though, right? Cody kind of grabbed you and then everybody else grabbed you, or what?
Yeah.
Like the scene afterward.
Yeah, it was a mob scene afterwards, and it seems like everybody was grabbing me, and I know I got grabbed by a couple of the guys after the kick, and as soon as I got away from them, I was running over towards the fans, and my mom ran out of the stands and just blindsided me.
What's her name?
Julie Griggs, and she was she was quite happy.
Did you have to stare it down after you kicked it?
I mean,
guide it through?
Well, once it goes off your foot, there's nothing you can do.
Well, that's what the mental approach.
I mean, I did stand there and I watched it all the way through, and it was I was in kind of a disbelief, because as soon as I kicked the kick, I knew I could hit it pretty well. I knew the ball had gotten off. I didn't hear anything, so I knew it had gotten away clean. So then I looked up and saw where the ball was going, and just kind of stood there in disbelief. I didn't know what to do. But yeah, it was.
You've hit a couple game winners before, right? But extra point type distances.
Mm-hmm. Did your research?
I think you told me that before.
Yeah. Let's see. My last game winner was triple overtime extra point in 8th grade. Yeah, it was. Yes, I've had the 2 extra point game winners before this, but it goes back to the way I prepare for every kick, making every kick the same, and then the kind of the celebration afterwards.
What's the mindset like when Purdue gets the ball deep in their own end? I mean, is that when you start preparing, or?
Well, obviously as a kicker, you gotta be ready, and you kind of know. I mean, I've played enough football to know kind of ways that games could play out, and obviously that's kind of going through your head. So I think when we got the ball back with about, I think it was like 3 minutes left, and we're getting ready to make a drive down the field, kind of when the ball was changing hands and they were kicking off, I was already getting ready, swinging my leg, hitting kicks into the net, and that's when I hit the majority of my kicks into the net. And then when we turned the ball over and they got the ball, I was still was swinging my leg, but it was kind of on the defense at that point. But I knew there was always a possibility for a turnover, a big play, something like that. So it was. I mean, you're constantly staying prepared.
A long time ago, but did you think about your past game winners, even though it was extra point? Did you kind of prepare mentally that way, or?
Well, I mean, I prepare mentally, the night before every game, just kind of thinking about my best kicks, and to be honest, those kicks are so long ago. I don't really draw on them as much. I used to, but not so much anymore. I've had days and I've had games and I've had kicks that I feel like from a technical standpoint and from an ability standpoint. I mean, I was in 6th and 8th grade when I hit those kicks, so I would hope I've gotten a little bit better since then. But I have other kicks that I can draw on and that I do draw on as kind of inspiration to get me ready for games.
Does it feel that much better? I mean, some people say like when you've experienced kind of lows, it feels that much better when you've kind of accomplished those feats. Is it that much better having gone through what you've gone through this season?
I would say yes. I mean, especially for this team. We started off the season hot, ready to go. Obviously, we were getting looked at as dark horse maybe for the Big Ten championship. Had kind of everything going for us, and we started off fast, and in our first 4 games, our only loss was the last second field goal to who's now I guess top 5 team in the nation, still undefeated. And then we've dropped a lot of games since then, and I think as a team this was big for us, and certainly when you to experience highs, you have to do experience lows, and I think it does make them a little bit better.